Foles fakes to give, and he's hit as he throws downfield, and it's picked up. Bouye, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, pick six, rock and roll.
Throws downfield, that ball is picked off. What a nice interception by A.J. Bouye. Pump fake, now throws well downfield. He's got a man, and that ball's intercepted. A.J. Bouye made up ground and picked it off.
3rd and 10, another interception.
Darnold's going to take a shot up to save, and it is picked.
And A.J. Bouye, another pick for that Jags.
And it's our pleasure now to welcome in A.J. Bouye, 14 career interceptions in 7 seasons with the Texans and the Jaguars, now getting set for his first as a member of the Denver Broncos. Welcome, A.J. How are you, man?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Really good, man. I mentioned this is your first season now with the Broncos, and we're getting our first look at what it's going to look like for you in the orange and blue. Here, let's take a quick peek, and you got to tell me how this looks to you. How's that 2-1 look for you?
That's amazing. It fits perfect. I'm definitely excited to put that on this year.
No question, man. We're excited to see you now getting set for your 8th season in the league here. What was your first reaction when you found out you were headed to Denver?
I'm definitely excited when I found that out. My agent contacted me. I played there for a couple years already, and I love the atmosphere there. I love the environment. And when I went up there for my physical, it was just the same. I was definitely excited to get to work with those guys. So whenever allowed to go back, I'm definitely going to be the first one there, just getting to know everybody.
Awesome, man. Excited to hear that for sure. And look, in your 7-year career already, you've played with some really good cornerbacks in your time. You talk about go back to Jonathan Joseph with the Texans, Jalen Ramsey, obviously from your time together in Jacksonville. Who are some of the guys that you respect most at the position right now?
You already said the first two, Jonathan Joseph, Jalen Ramsey. I definitely love Pat P's game, Richard Sherman's game. Marshawn Lattimore. It's a lot of corners, man. That's one thing I do. I just study the game, and I can learn a lot from a lot of great corners and try to implement it in my game too.
So going back to when you were teamed up with Jalen Ramsey in Jacksonville, go back to 2017, you guys had one of the best defenses in football, make it all the way to the AFC Championship game, and then it sort of seemed like the pieces kind of fell out of place. What happened there that kept you guys from picking up off that success and continuing to build on it?
It's hard to definitely give you an answer on that, but a lot of things played in part, injuries, just not being on the same page with things like that, not adjusting the way we needed to, and just not winning the close games. The NFL is an 8-8 league, and the great teams, they find a way to finish towards the end, whether it's the end of the season or end of the game, and that's one thing that we just wasn't doing. And unfortunately, last year, we wasn't able to do the same thing. And, from my experience with that, I've been in the league, and I was used to winning and always winning division, even when I was in Houston. I come over to Jacksonville and win the division, but then the next 2 years wasn't as successful as we wanted it to be as a team and individually. So I definitely learned a lot from that experience and how I could carry it over to Denver and just, learn from my mistakes with that.
Well, there you go. Let's look at it in Denver now, because you look at this defense that you're joining, and it kind of resembles that Jacksonville unit in 2017 in terms of the amount of talent that you have. Just talking about up front with Von Miller and Bradley Chubb, Justin Simmons back there emerging as one of the better safeties in football. How does this defense stack up with some of the others that you've played on?
I'm definitely excited. I'm watching the film on those guys, and they seem to be in the right place and just able to make plays. And that's the biggest thing, really, is just figuring out where these guys are at, how are they playing, certain things like that. Like, as you see Von right there, that's one thing. Whenever there's a play on film, the first person I'm looking at is Von, because I know that he was wreaking havoc. And Chubbs, he's a guy who seems like you could line him up anywhere down there, and he's just going to make plays. So I'm definitely excited, just to contribute with those guys.
Vic Fangio has a reputation as one of the best defensive coaches in all of football. How does that strike you as a player, knowing you're going to play for a team and for a coach that has that kind of pedigree?
I'm definitely excited. I'm having a coach who's going to bring the best out of me, who really wants to see me succeed, not just him, but everybody on that defense and even on that team. And then Coach Ed Donatello, he's helping me out right now. Every morning, he's asking me anything. What am I seeing? How am I thinking on certain plays, just to get to know me as a person, not just as a football player. So I'm definitely excited. watched Vic when, he was in San Francisco. We played them my rookie year there. And then even what he's done in Chicago, and you see how successful those defenses has been. And I'm just excited to be a part of that.
Well, when you guys do finally get back out there on the field for the first time and the bell rings for that first one-on-one period, I don't know if you've heard, but we've been talking a lot about all the new targets that Drew Lock is going to have on that Broncos offense with Cortland Sutton and Noah Fant already there, Jerry Jeudy and KJ Hamler coming over in the draft. Man, who's going to be the first guy that you're trying to match up with in one-on-ones?
Cortland, for sure. After Cortland, Jeudy, KJ, I'm really all for anybody who I'm going against because my whole mindset is we're only going to make each other better. I'm going to give them guys 100% in practice, and I know they're going to do the same, so I'm definitely looking forward to that.
Well, AJ, man, it's been a pleasure getting to spend some time with you. Can't wait to get you out on the field in Denver for the first time, man.